Hey everyone, TooneySA here with Sunset Vista. We got a time of 3:23:46 the first time I did this level, and we need to beat the dev time, which is only just over a second faster. Now, on paper, that's not the worst thing in the world, considering I didn't do particularly well on this level when I beat the plat. I had a ton of mistakes. However, the biggest problem of this level is just going to be relearning it, remembering what the hell I need to do. It's more of a difficulty with the level itself than the dev time. If you remember, the plat time is actually quite generous in this level, which is something that Crash 4 probably could have learned from, to be honest, is to have like a more generous plat relic time. But the dev time is also pretty generous. Ooh, that could have been awful. Frick. Oh, we're still alive. Very, very surprised that that worked out there. Okay. I'm also very surprised that I've got through... Oh, shit. Dropped input. That's unfair, man. That was a dropped input. Okay, we need to learn the level again anyway. Let's keep going. But that was shit. There was a complete dropped input then. You know when it's a dropped input because you can feel yourself press the button and then nothing happens. So that was enough to probably lose us. That would probably lose us like platinum as well, to be honest. Which is a shame because we were actually doing quite well for a first attempt, all things considered. Ooh. Also meant that we lost our Aki-Baki, which is really frustrating. Because there's quite a few times where the Aki-Baki is quite useful on this level from what I remember. This being one of them, this really stupid jump there. It actually worked that time, but that jump is deceptively ridiculous to get for some reason. Go, 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 go. Right. Okay, yeah, I think that guy, if I remember rightly, you can only get him. You can only get him while he's in the air. Yeah, I think if you spin him while he's stationary, you actually just bounce off him, if I recall correctly. Not sure, but I think that little brick there also is a bit of a bitch, if I recall correctly. Seem to recall there was some dodgy shit going on with that brick. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on again, a dropped input. What the frick is this? I'm genuinely surprised there are 2 dropped inputs in a single run. You can tell because like I just walk off the edge apparently. Still, even though the game absolutely shafted me there, it was a very, very solid first attempt, I want to say. We got pretty far into the level. I'd say we're about, like, maybe 2/3 of the way there at that point. I really wish I could make that cycle. Maybe I need to be a bit braver there. Otherwise, the time that I just saved there is completely eaten up. Whoa, Nilly. Okay, bats. I hate those guys. It's just so unclear. Like, I know what I said. Like, you need to wait until they are in the air to spin them. But that's not always true either. But yeah, the lizards are like the biggest wild card in this entire level. It's not even like... You'd think it's going to be like the timing of the Oogie Boogie platforms, but no, it's... Oh, that was lucky. It's the timing of those lizard guys, because sometimes they'll completely screw you over. Okay, that worked out. Probably not as fast as it could have been, but it's okay. Perfect. Wait for these to go past. Barely. Come on. Please let me through. Perfect. Okay. That actually, like, I don't know how, but that went really smooth. That we've got no choice but to wait for. Hopefully the sun will set on our victory on this level. Ooh, crap. Oh no, bricked. If you're in line with the brick, you should know that you've got to, like, do something about it, otherwise the worst is going to happen. But yeah, that's really a shame. That was actually a really, really solid run up until that point. Nice. I'm quite happy that that jump hasn't come back to bite me in the arse yet, because it feels like one that probably could. Nice, and we didn't even need to wait for this cycle that time. Interesting. Go! Oof. That could have gone wrong. Oh, for frig's sake, please don't get stuck on shit. This level is hard enough already without getting stuck on stuff. You'll see compared to other videos, I'm not actually the best star of the YouTubers that I usually put up there. So I've not actually, but like this time you'll see I've not actually put their times up. The reason is this is a really hard level as is. Not the time, like I said, it's just the level's really hard. So I've decided to just beat the dev, and like if I'm feeling confident after that, I'll start to put up the times of the other YouTubers that I've been tackling against. For example, I think Prosafia Gaming is like only a millisecond or whatever it's called, a nanosecond ahead of dev. Or it is a nanosecond ahead of me. I don't remember which one. But like basically if I beat the dev, like I beat Prosafia Gaming, for example. Right, we've lost one mask, which is a shame because we do now know that triple Aku is a thing. And I don't remember if I got triple Aku in my actual run. I might also be full of shit. I don't remember if triple Aku is a thing in this level or not. We'll find out soon enough because we are again in the final third of the level at this point. Perfect. You might, you know, with a little bit of speed there, you might actually be able to make that cycle, but I'm not entirely sure if it is makeable. It might just be deceptive to look like it's makeable. Oh, this is the end. Oh. For some reason, I thought this top section went on for quite a bit longer than that. Now, this part is really dodgy. You'll either get a favorable cycle on these or you won't. And the unfavorable cycle is absolutely vile. Like, that wasn't particularly favorable. I obviously fell off, which sucks. Come on. Alright, well, we beat the dev. Or we beat the dev by a long shot. And that was only attempt number 4. We beat what would have been platinum time and the dev in 4 attempts. That's actually crazy. That's crazy to think about, because I remember when I first started the Platinum Relic Challenge against Wumpa Lewis, it wasn't Native Fortress that I thought of as going to be like the first big bottleneck. This was the level I was like, you know what? Forget Stormy Ascent, forget Slippery Climb, forget Castle Machinery, the lab. I think that I'm not going to be able to even do Sunset Vista. This is what dreams are made of. And with that time beating the dev, we also beat Prosafia Gaming, like I mentioned. We beat Jack Cornish, and we are 7 seconds behind Garland the Great's time. So, you know what? Let's set ourselves a challenge here. Let's try and beat Garland's time. That should be a pretty good bonus goal here. That's already a bit of a time save there. And then it wasn't. I didn't see a triple Aku actually, so yeah, we can definitely afford to use the mask to damage boost at some point to help save a bit of time. For some reason I thought there was a triple Aku in this level, but I might just be confusing it with Lost City. Nice. Not too bad of a wait there either. Uah. Still alive. That was bullshit as well. There was definitely about 5 seconds of time lost towards the end when I messed up that cycle at the very end as well. Oh, we nearly got a super fast strat then. That would have saved like another 2 seconds right there. Maybe more. I was deliberately trying to use my Aku there as well. I was like, okay, actually, this could be a good spot to use the Aku on. Because this Aku is kind of useful for the bats, because the bats on this particular part is kind of crap. They often get in the way. Like that. Fuck off. What a rubber Johnny. The bats are like the worst obstacle in this level because they're so freaking hard to predict. And by not easy to predict, not like their pattern's difficult to predict, their pattern's not a problem, but just whether or not they're actually going to hit you or not. That was slow. Restart. I was just curious if you could make it, but you can't. You'll see I'm being like extra risky because even though the end messed up, like for me on the previous run, that alone is not enough to save 7 seconds over Garland. Whoa. We actually got lucky there. It's not very often you say that on a Crash game with the hitboxes on the feet, but we actually got quite lucky there. Alright, this is where I'm going to sacrifice an Aku if I must. Which I don't need to this time. That's nice. Okay, now we just need the bats to cooperate. Don't know why I stopped then. There was nothing to wait for. Just habit. Could have saved probably another second there. Crap. Nearly lost it then. That's fine. Probably could have actually made the most of that and got through the fire as well, because I was on invincibility frames anyway. Okay, good time on that. You come. Spin away. I'm scared to... I know that you can probably jump spin those guys as long as they begin. But I'm always terrified to do that in case they just completely yeet me backwards. No! I thought I could make that. I didn't realize how short the jump is. We was on for a good run there. I don't think it would have beaten Garland, but I think we're on for like a 2 or 3 second PB. If everything else had gone to plan, that is. Nearly left old friend down there. Rot in his wooden cage. Just about made that. That nearly went tits up. Okay, you can spin that guy. Not that it saves all that much time anyway, because you have to wait for those pillars just after it anyway, so it's probably best just to play that safe anyway. Getting to that platform early doesn't really give you any kind of benefit. You might be able to make that, you know. It's a bit hard to say. And it's like a case of, do you want to take the risk? But it may be makeable. No! I thought the flame was going to boost me. I was like, alright, I'm near the end of the level. I might as well let the flame boost me to the end there. And then it didn't. I actually got one of those shitty well, it's usually really lucky when it happens, but that was like a chance like where it was completely unlucky. Like there, like that's what just happened to me, where the flame's there, but I didn't take damage. But like that time, I was actually hoping to take damage to save a little bit of time there. But it never came. It's actually mad just like how long this bottom section is. But like, whenever I get past that bottom section, like I feel confident with the level. Because I feel like that bottom section's actually the hardest section to get right. Once you get to like the middle layer's not too bad. You freaking real. Games could be bitch slapped. Who knows? I knows. You see what I mean? Like these bats are always coming no matter what time I get at this part 4. And then that always is waiting in the exact same spot as well. These are pretty much always the same, but then it's weird. These are always the same, but then like this cycle here that's going around and around on the fire seems to like be different. Like that's this cycle here is not consistent. It's really, really weird to have everything else always the same and then just those not. It's almost like they're on their own cycle, which could be the case. Be curious if anyone knows the answer to that. Because obviously, if you can predict those, then I'd be able to probably get a much better time with way less effort. Okay, bats are probably going to fuck me up again, because they always do. Oh my gosh, why? Why do you exist just to be the biggest piece of shit in the entire universe? They are the worst fucking thing. But like, what am I supposed to do? Wait for that cycle? I actually saw a review video the other day that was talking about Crash 1 compared to like Crash 2 and Crash 3. Got a bit lucky there. We actually managed to spin... Well, then we didn't get lucky. Are we going to be like regretting that we don't have an Aku? Probably not. We're definitely not. Gotta play with the cards that you dealt, eh? It was either that or wait a fuck ton of time. We were so close. We were a second off, man. We are beating him. That was only a second off. Good time. Good time. Yes. It took a total of 45 minutes to beat the developer and to beat Garland, but we've done it. We've actually gone and done it. And it's important to note that Garland got that time on console, so it's even more fitting that we were able to beat him by a few seconds. For a level of that length, it probably equals somewhere near about the amount of time we'd need to beat him by, that we beat him by like 3 seconds. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. We did not let Sunset Vista ruin our run. But yeah, next time join me on Heavy Machinery, where we've actually got some heavy lifting to do, because we need to defeat the developer's time of 1:28. That's a whole 3-second improvement. And if I want to beat Garland on that level, I need to beat him by 4 seconds too. Also, well done to Wumpa Lewis. I see that he's just started doing the dev relics as well. I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine. These should be a walk in the park compared to the Crash 4 relics and even the nitro fueled relics as well. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next video.